Hello, and today we got a positive video. Today is not about me analyzing the battles and going over it, well, maybe to a tad bit, but today we are celebrating a huge fix that went live yesterday evening, about dinner time, depending in terms of like Central and Eastern time, yesterday in Go Battle League. It appears, obviously, we'll still want to give it some time, that fast move denial, in theory, is no longer a thing beyond the occasional lag-esque thing that happens. I'm not a tech expert, so maybe it never happens again, but I just want to show you guys these battles, as these battles were perfect in regards to fast move denial in terms of like the grand scheme of things. There might have been one glitch, but you know, a glitch is going to happen here and there. And you know what? Even if it's like one per set, it's a lot better than every single battle, right? I mean, we're talking, you know, one per set, so 5 times out of 25. You know, if it was 25 times, we went down to 5. 80% reduction. So we're just gonna, these battles are definitely gonna be played at a bit of a slower pace than with typical videos, 150% versus 200. Let's get right into it. So the team I'm running is Frostlass Lead with the Oranguru, which I powered up because why not, and Primeape. Sorry, I swapped it up in the seconds in here. So they swap into Oranguru from Regirock. But yeah, so keep in mind, that is not sneaking though, I just want to keep that in mind. As they did, I was in the middle of my confusion, middle of their confusion, whatever. But now we're aligned, and looks like they went CMP tie. We went for the CMP, which is why no moves were snuck in, which is fantastic. I will go for the foul play. They might not even shield, but yeah. And I am going to farm down as I can farm down. I am going to try to go for double foul play to try to get a shield here. As you notice, they're sneaking in a lock-on right there, which is what should happen, so that's righty. And they sneak in one more lock-on. That's exactly how the game should be, right? Because we didn't go for a CMP tie. He was going for energy, I was going for a move. Righty, there we go. So, we can already see with Regirock, it's exactly as intended. I'm going to let this go, trusting in Frostlass. Unless, of course, there's a mirror, you know, in the back. But we'll see what happens. And it's a mirror and I top left. So, like that Regirock against the Oranguru was very key in seeing like how the fast move denial is not happening. As you know, he should have gotten 2 lock-ons with my 2 foul plays here. Walrein, pretty positive lead. Remember, we are. Alrighty. So as you can see, so for those that maybe not be aware, I know most of us are. So fast move denial is what happens when the charge move. You go for charge move and your opponent does not get a fast move through, or vice versa. A fast move should sneak through if things are thrown on alignment, unless it's a CMP tie, meaning both go for the charge move at the same time. So both my Primeape and Frostlass have a 2-turn move. So you know anything else, if they're facing a Pokemon with a 2-turn move, that means unless we go for the CMP tie, the other side that isn't throwing the charge move should be sneaking through every time. Oranguru is a 4-turn fast move, so not every move is 4 turns. So think of it this way. If you're Confusion and the opponent's using Hex, then that means every 3 Confusions you're on alignment with their 4 Hexes, right? Because 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12. That means if you go for a charge move at that exact point, they're going to sneak through a Hex, which is not ideal. So, like, if I go against Greedent, if I can get to a foul play and 2 Confusions, I'm going to want to try to throw it, because I'm at 8 turns versus their 3rd Bullet Seed, which is going to take into 9 turns, and they should not be sneaking through an entire Bullet Seed. And this goes back to the fast move timing. There's a great video on it by FP Sticks, and I will leave a link in the description below. I will also leave a link in the description about Homeslice Henry, as he was talking about this in a more detailed manner with the PowerPoint. He made a PowerPoint, y'all. Let's give him the respect he deserves. I just wanted to do this as a kind of a fun little video just to watch and look at these beautiful battles with the fast move denial no longer a thing. Alright, so if they're using Rock Throw, I believe is the move. That's a 3-turn move. I'm at counter. So I definitely want to throw... Definitely one thing about optimal charge move timing. I'm going to go for Night Slash. I throw in the middle of the Rock Throw because, 2 to 3. Righty. Alright, do I let this go? I don't. And as you can see, I don't really sneak through in that case because there was still 1 turn left in the Rock Throw, so I was able to, quote-unquote, half sneak in, if you will. Right, Cofagrigus, I throw the Night Slash. I will go for Oranguru. This is a great matchup. So remember, the 2 Shadow Claws is Confusion, so it's somewhat pretty aligned, but they can do one Shadow Claw if they need only 1 more, and then throw a move in the second half of the Confusion. So that's an advantage. If you're a 1-turn move like Lock On, then in theory, you should be sneaking through every time unless it's CMP. Um, right? So there's sometimes advantages to sneaking through if you have a longer turn because like a mud shot is 9 energy per mud shot versus just 1 lock on a 5 energy. So in a way, we are kind of in a semi-new era Go Battle League because nothing has changed in sense of how it... nothing has changed in terms of a brand new mechanic. And I will shield this move up, so I know it's got to be a bulldoze because they want to get that shield out of the way. If they're smart, they should be swapping out. If their clock's up, I totally lost track. But I'm going to farm up here. I think one right before their bulldoze, which now they're at the bulldoze, I believe. I totally don't remember the counts that well for counter to bulldoze. They shield, and even if they go for a bulldoze, I will survive it, and that's a good game. So I'm not even talking about the moves, but just watch and you'll see what I mean. So yeah, I'm just so happy with right now. Like, this is a great... this is a good time to get back into Go Battle League if you got friends who play Pokemon Go maybe still or not at all, but we're hoping to do the battle stuff. This is a great time to get back in. So yeah, so again, we got Deoxys, but I'm going to swap in here. All right, we got Galvantula. So both of our moves are 4 turn, and I go for the sneak because we got 2 moves at the same time. I need 4 confusions, they're 3 volt switches, and Galvantula has the higher attack for sure. I go for the Future Sight, and as you can see, as it should be, they got a volt switch through. We are the same 4 turn moves. Well, not the same, but same turn based, right? And so he sneaks through. I'm going to bring in my Primate to absorb some damage here. Hopefully they go for a lunge, but whatever. But yeah, this is just great. I know I've already said it. This is great. There's still the lag and everything, but this is a huge step in the right direction that we have desperately wanted from Niantic for the longest time. This FMD fast move denial has existed for like 2+ years, and this is just great. So I will be really curious to see how World shakes up. But yeah, so I'm just happy. But yeah. Look at that. But yeah, so. But now more than ever, you're really gonna have to work on your timing. You know, when the fast moves are different lengths, you know, it's not that it's pretty. Nothing's really changing in that department. But now that when you're with one like, you know, Sableye versus Frostlass, you know, or Trev versus Sableye, right? It's they're both 2 turn fast moves, so it's really gonna depend on who wants to throw the first charge. And because once you do, because if you can, it can very much depend upon doing CMP ties now. Like, you have to think about that. Do you want to go for a CMP tie right away, or do you want to go for like 2 turns and see if they go right then? So great. So at the end of the day, again, know the turn counts for the fast moves, know the counts to the charge moves. It's going to be more important than ever again. So, but yeah, we got one more battle here. So again, Primate to Regirock. Alrighty then, we got Frostlass versus Medicham. So again, we might be a little desync, but otherwise, once we're past this charge move, we should be okay. Am I going to shield this? I do shield this. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to farm up to right before or right at the Psychic. And I farm up to right before I get 100 energy because I think that next Powder Snow wouldn't have been as maximized as possible. I am down a shield. Not ideal. I am going to try to see... If they want to overfarm, I can make it 2 Avalanches, which is what I'm going to go for. And they're smart. They launch right before my next Avalanche. That's very smart of them. Very, very smart. And then they go for a Trev. I will get a Night Slash off. And at this point, I think I'm going to let them throw the energy. And as you notice, they snuck in a Shadow Claw, as it should be. This is just great. Oh, and I get the attack boost. So, yeah, they definitely need to throw before my next Night Slash. Again, I will let this go, as Oranguru has a great matchup against Trev. I should be able to comfortably tank 2 Seed Bombs. And at the very least, I'm debating if I want to double up on foul plays here. So, yep, Seed Bomb 1. Yep, definitely going to take a second. Now, remember, Ghost is single resisted here because of the typing. Normal double resist, but Psychic is weak, so that eliminates one of the two resistances, if you will. Double resistances, you know what I mean. So I am going to shield here. They were able to get to the 3rd Seed Bomb right before, which is unfortunate. But they might have to walk on down. And I went for an extra confusion, which granted might have worked in my favor, but I don't know. You know, safer route would have been to throw a foul play right away. But I'm able to get to this Future Sight basically last second, and that's going to be a good game to my opponent. Very well played here. So, yeah. Again, super excited here. You know, so definitely start practicing even more. The game is kind of, but not really changed, as in it's changed that in the sense that we can't just rely on denials, because I know I've definitely had playstyles where I'm relying on me sneaking and my opponent's not sneaking, or at least not getting denied, you know, or whatever the case. So yeah, but thank you all for watching. I hope you had a fun time watching this and just reveling in the fact that like this game is fixed in at least a certain aspect, and I will see you in the next video.